guys, it's Rebecca, and for today I'm doing a book review of We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Now my plan for book reviews are to do one book review on this channel a month in addition to the 2 or 3 that I do on my blog, which I'll link down below for you guys. Beginning, I'll have a spoiler-free review, and then at the end I'll have a spoiler review. So if you haven't read the book, then just stop when you get to the spoiler section, and if you have read it, then just keep on watching to the end of the video, or if you don't care about spoilers, just keep watching on to the end. The books that I review on this channel will not always be new books. They'll just be books that I've read that I think y'all might enjoy, and ones that I'm not reviewing on my blog, because those are, I'm reviewing the books that are on my TBR challenge for 2017 on my blog. So those will be over there, one book review here a month, and yeah, so without further ado, let's just get into the video. What I'm reviewing today is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This is a contemporary novel that my friend recommended to me. I'm not a big contemporary fan. I usually try to stay away from them because I just find the plots kind of boring and not much happening, and I ended up giving this book a 3 out of 5 stars. It was not the worst book that I've read, but it wasn't like, oh my goodness, I love this book so much. Before I get into the spoiler part of it, I'll just give you a few things that I did like about it. I did really like the ending. The ending totally paid off and totally made up for the slowness in the beginning. It was pretty good. If you read this book, you know what I'm talking about. But the ending was definitely the best part of it. When I read it, I was just like, wait, what's happening? But, so the ending was good, and I did like the characters to an extent. I wasn't totally invested in them, but somewhat invested in their lives and what happened to them. But I did feel like the characters weren't developed as much as I would have liked them to be. I did feel like Cadence was developed more than the other characters, and I just wish that I could have gotten that same development that I got with Cadence from the other characters. But anyway, if you like contemporary and you like a mystery, this did have a mystery in it, and I did really enjoy that part of it. That kept me on my toes and made me want to keep continuing reading the book, because I feel like if that mystery was not there, I would have just probably DNF'd it, even though my friend recommended it to me. I was like, I have to finish it because she recommended it to me. But if I had just been reading this on my own and there wasn't a mystery, I probably would have DNF'd the book. But if you like contemporary and you like mystery, then I would definitely recommend picking up We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Now I'm going to get into the spoiler section of this review. If you haven't read it, go ahead and stop the video now and go read it, and then come back and watch the rest of this. So let's just talk about that ending, okay? I was not expecting all of them to be dead, and the whole summer 17 with all of them in it like being an illusion of Cadence's mind. I was not expecting that, and when I read it, my mouth just kind of dropped open. I was like, wait, did that just happen? No, that did not just happen. And so I kept reading and I was like, oh, okay, that really did happen. So that was very surprising to me, and I did really enjoy that part of it. And I did, like I said in the spoiler-free section, I did really enjoy the mystery of it and how Cadence was trying to remember everything that happened from summer 15 that she can't remember now. And I did like that part, the mystery of it, and I felt like that added a good element to it that kept me wanting to keep reading it. And I really did like how all the cousins were pitted against each other from their mothers, wanting them to getting good with their granddad to get the money, and they were just like, I'm not having any of your crap, I'm just gonna be friends with all these people, and they didn't care, they were just enjoying their summer. And so I did really like the relationship between the cousins. That was one of the best parts of the book, besides the ending, which was like phenomenal. But some of the things that I did not like about it, I thought that it was really slow, and in the beginning, when it was trying to set things up, I just felt like it was taking way too long to set those things up, and I wanted it to move along faster. And eventually it did pick up at the end, which was good, but the beginning was kind of slow, and it was kind of confusing to keep track of when things happened, whether it was summer 15 or summer 17, and E. Lockhart did a pretty good job of doing that with the different verb tenses. Like at the very beginning, she would say summer 15, summer 17, so I do think that did help a lot with trying to figure out like when this actually happened and if the thing actually happened. But I did think it was a little slow, and I did want it to be more fast-paced, but I think that's just because I don't like contemporary novels, and I feel like some contemporary novels can be kind of slow, and I just feel like this one was like no exception. But I know a lot of people do like this book, and it was probably just my bias because I'm not a big contemporary person. And another thing that I did not like about this book was how the characters were not developed, like I said in my spoiler-free section. I felt like Cadence was good. I liked Cadence, and I was really sad when Gad and Johnny and Mirren died. Like, I was really sad that they had died because I did like them, but I wanted them to want something. I feel like in a book, every character should have a goal in the book, and by the end, like, they either get it or they don't. And I just feel like the three cousins didn't really have anything that they wanted. Like, Cadence obviously wanted to remember what happened to her. She wanted just to have a fun summer with her cousins, and she wanted Gad to love her and all of this stuff. And so I feel like Cadence was a very well-rounded character. I just wish that the other cousins were as well-rounded as Cadence was. But that being said, I did like them. I thought they were funny. I thought that it was really sad when they died. I was like, no. And I totally, when I was reading the fire scene, I was totally thinking, y'all should have waited until everyone was out until you set the fire. And then Cadence said that at the end. I was like, yeah, girl, I could have told you that, and you would have saved all your cousins. Another thing I did not like about this book is, well, my friend told me about when she told me about this book, and that is that we don't know why they're called the Liars. Like, is that just a nickname that they have to call themselves? Or, like, what was the point of them being called the Liars and then making it to the title? I'm not sure really why that was included in there. It would have been nice to have, like, a scene or, like, even just a sentence where they explained. But it was a good, quick read that gave me something I like to read after a stressful week of school with tests and papers and all that stuff. So it was a good book. I would definitely recommend it to anybody who likes contemporary. John Green, because it's blurred by John Green. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's blurred by John Green. So if you like John Green, then I think you'd really like this book. In fact, contemporary, I think you'd really like this book as well. And overall, I did give this book a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't the best book that I've read, but it still had its qualities, and I'm glad I read it. I probably won't be rereading it. But anyway, that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will have another one for you next month. It will most likely be The Hammer of Thor by Rick Riordan, so stay tuned for that. And until my next video, happy reading!